All right, guys. Our shape of the week is our wide-legged forward fold. So,
Gosh.
Lisa's missing the party.
I know. So our shape of the week is our wide-legged forward fold, right? So we're gonna work with our hips today too, and we're gonna practice coming from our half moon. Okay, so half moon to our warrior three with control, and there's no rush, and trying to stay out of the right hip, so we're not like collapsing. So you guys see the difference when we're like kind of collapsing into the hip there. Imagine you have there's an orange there, and you don't want to squish it, so you out of that right hip, not collapsing in. Okay, so collapsing in is kind of like this, but we're going to lift out of it. Okay, and so we're going to focus on that warrior three or airplane arm out and up. And that'll be kind of our little hip challenge today, balancing challenge. And we're going to move through transition with our wide-legged forward fold. Okay, so make sure you have your blocks or a wall, whatever you need. So to start, let's come on to our backs maybe in our reclined butterfly. And as you rest on your back, maybe just thinking about allowing those knees to drop out, or even putting a block under the knees to support the knees. That might be really nice today. You can cue that M&M, Rob, if you want. Those of you who could cue that playlist, if you have it and you want it. And just see about settling here into the space. Yeah, and our wide-legged fold, we've got our feet grounded, and then our head hangs down, and that heart is higher than the head. So it's an inversion. So it adds a stability of groundedness with that lightness of heart. So let's see if we can drop into our breath. Our breath is the closest thing to us. So just notice the breath. And maybe you bring your arms up overhead and the backs of the hands come to the ground. If that sounds like it might be nice. And just feeling the underarms open as gravity pressing on the palms of the backs of the hands to the ground. Now let's let an exhale go. Now with those arms that are overhead, move one arm at a time. It doesn't matter which one. Just bring one arm across the sky, palms down beside that leg or that hip. And then mindfully float the other arm down to the side of the body, palm down. Good guys, so let's bring the feet to the floor and let those legs come out long. Now bring that right arm out to the side, bring that left foot to the ground, so the left foot's on the floor, the right arm is out like a T, and then bring that left hand like a zombie arm towards the sky. And we're going to do our clamshell close with that left hand coming towards the right. So roll over kind of onto that right side, the left it helps you move. Bring that left hand to the right elbow crease across the right forearm. And that left hand closes onto that right hand. And then slide that left arm across the right arm up over sky. Bring it out like a T to the left. Inhale to bring it across the sky. Gently rock over onto the right side and slowly slide. Try to keep the right shoulder down and slide that hand over. You might feel the upper back kind of opening a little bit, stretching, and we'll pause with those palms meeting together. For 3, and 2, and 1. And then with control, open that arm back up over to the left, that left arm coming out like a T. When you're ready, inhale across the sky. Left hand to that right elbow crease, sliding across the right arm, palms meet, and we'll pause for 5. Good, guys. 4, 3, 2, and then open that arm back up. Bring that left arm out like a T and pause in the back. Bring the left leg long, so we'll lie back. Opening up this space behind the heart. All those things that we hide behind the heart. We're going to get to those today, maybe. Bring that right foot to the floor. Inhale, bring that right arm across the sky towards the left elbow crease. Slide the right hand over. Palms meet, fingertips meet. And then we'll open across the sky. Nice job, guys. And then do that again. Inhale over. That right foot just kind of helps with balance. As you rock over, slide that hand underneath the fingers. And let's open. With control, that right shoulder blade comes back to the floor. We're not going to flop like a fish. Then last time, inhale across the sky. Palms meet. And now we'll open up. Maybe a deep exhale as you bring that shoulder blade to the ground. That last time, arm out like a T. Now bring those legs long. You can come wide. Let's pause here. After that little movement, breathing into the back of the body. Maybe breathing into the upper belly. And just opening up to all the wonders that might surface today in our practice. Cultivating the back of the heart today. The front of the heart. Allowing ourselves to ground. And have that lightheartedness. If you have an intention for your practice today, maybe just bring that to your heart space now. And then exhale. Let's chant Om one time together. We'll breathe in and out, and then we'll breathe in for Om. So allow the breath in. Out. Draw the breath in for Om. Nice, guys. Let's give those knees a hug into the chest. Just one quick time. We rock and roll side to side. Rob, you can cue your daddy Yankee if you want now. And I will roll over, finding a tabletop whenever you're ready. Maybe you want to find a happy baby or anything in between. We'll meet in that table. Oh. If you want, you can double up your mat or you can bring a blanket under the knees. We're going to do some of our bird dogs here to get that spine, that torso warm. So find those knees under the hips, nice and stable. Plant that left hand underneath the left shoulder. And we'll inhale to bring that right arm up in front of the body. We're going to pause there for just a moment. And let's bring that right arm up to the side like an airplane. And just feel how that right arm feels as it reaches out of that shoulder socket. Maybe make a fist with that right hand and reach that fist over. And then release the fist and soften the palm and just feel the difference in the arm from a fist and a relaxed hand. Make that fist with the arm. Squeeze, squeeze, squeeze. Now bring that fist out in front of the shoulder. And now release the fist, the palms open. And then lower that right hand to the floor. And let's inhale, send that left leg long. Maybe keeping that neutral spine and that ankle in line with the hip. Okay. And then we'll inhale, bring that right arm forward for our bird dog. Let's pause here for 3 breaths. And now we'll exhale, bring that right hand down, that left knee comes down. Now sit back in child's pose, put those palms to the sky. Maybe the hands are out in front of us for a couple breaths. Pressing the back of the hand into the floor. And now open those arms out kind of like wide. You might even come off the mat and press the back of the hands into the floor in a wide. And now inhale, rock forward, come into table. And then from this table, let's send those legs nice and long, lowering out into the hips, the belly, the low ribs. And then bring those arms out on either side of the yoga mat. And with those arms to the side, we're just going to make our spider hand fingers, plant the fingers, the tips on the ground, and then drop that right shoulder down and look over the left shoulder. And we're going to pause with that right shoulder down, guys. For 5, breathing here. 3, the weight of the shoulder and gravity, opening up that anterior part of the shoulder. Then we'll inhale to rise up, back to our spider hands. Exhale, press the hands under the shoulders. We're going to press up and back to downward facing dog. Oh, let out a breath. You can pedal up the feet. We'll be for 5 breaths. You can have a dynamic downward facing dog, maybe static. Pedal up the feet and you lift the leg to the sky. 2 more rounds of breath. And then we'll exhale to lower down to that table. When you get to that table, let's keep those arms straight and just press those hands into the floor. And then just drop the chest between the shoulders, but keep those arms straight, a little bit of a scapular movement. So the back is flat, the arms are flat, and just drop the chest between, the shoulders don't move. And then press up, out of the shoulders, arms are straight. And then drop the chest between the shoulders. The shoulder blades kind of pinch when you drop the chest. And then press up, out. Yep. And now sit back in child's pose, bring those palms up to the sky. Changing that rotation on the shoulder. And now let's bring those arms out like a T. They can be palms up or they can be palms down, but maybe feeling that stretch across the mid-back this time with the arms out to the side in child's pose. And now bring those hands underneath the shoulders as we lift into the table. Wiggle those hips, get nice and steady in the knees. And then as you're ready, we'll inhale to bring that left arm forward. See if you engage that core here, pressing that right hand down, the left arm in front. Okay, breathe in. Then exhale, bring that left arm out to the side of the T with control. The torso barely moves. Yeah. And then make that fist. And feel that rebound in maybe the shoulder as you make the fist. Open that palm. Now make that fist again, squeezing the hand, and then bring that fist in front of the shoulder. Soften and open up the palm. Make that fist. Now open the palm. We'll inhale to send that right leg back with control, the ankle in line with the hip. Pausing here for our 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Lower the left hand down, the right knee comes down. Now we're going to bring those knees down, tops of the thighs, the hips. Let's exhale to bring those fingertips on the side of the mat. Shimmy the legs so your legs are nice and relaxed. And then as you're ready, breathe in. And then we'll exhale to drop that left shoulder kind of in the middle of the mat, maybe glancing over that right shoulder. Like I said, we're opening up the back of the heart today. 3, breathing here. And then last breath in. We'll exhale to bring that shoulder up. Breathe in, lifting the heart, the chest. Bring those hands underneath the shoulders. And then slide the elbows under the shoulders. Palms down, lifting the heart. And exhale to side to drop that belly into the floor. Breathe in. Let's bring the pinky edge side of the hand to the ground. And then press the pinky edge side of the hand into the earth. Activate the back to lift the heart. Maybe the shoulders rise and the chest peeks through between the shoulders. Inhale. Exhale, lower the belly, lower the low ribs. Bring the hands underneath the shoulders. Press up and back to downward facing dog. Good. Breathe in and out. Couple breaths here before we begin. So come into three-legged dog as we bend that right leg. And then send it up to sky, stack the hip, be bending that knee. You can make a circle with the knee. Kind of dropping into the hands. And lower that right foot down. And you can come onto your forearms if you want. If those wrists need a break, or keep those hands there. We'll inhale the left leg up, bend the knee, make some circles, and you can stack the hips. Yeah, you got it, guys. Focusing on the hands and the feet, giving us that center and the heart light. Bring the left foot to the ground. Exhale, let's breathe in. Inhale. Now let's exhale, lower down those knees. Walk that right hand forward. Bring the puppy hand with the right hand. And then sweep that left arm under to thread the needle. Dropping that left shoulder and that left elbow to the floor. Pressing the right hand down. Opening up behind the heart. Let's inhale. And then exhale, slide that left arm through. Maybe shine it towards the sky. You can turn the doorknob on the ceiling or out like a T. Rotating the shoulder. And then bring that left arm in front. Puppy arm with the left hand. And then that right arm can sweep up and then under. Threading that needle. And press the back of the hand into the floor. You might feel it more between the shoulder blades. Nice job, guys. One more breath. And exhale, look up with that left hand, sweep that right arm through. Bring that right hand to meet the left and drop the heart on Anapasana. Allowing ourselves to simmer here in our breath. Allowing this intention to envelop us. One more breath. Now exhale, look up with those hands. Bring the hands underneath the shoulders. Wiggle out the hips and sway side to side. Okay, inhale to bring our right arm forward. And our next inhale brings our left foot back. Get those hips nice and square to the floor. The back is neutral. And then as you're ready, exhale to bring the knee and the elbow together to be rounding the spine. And then we'll inhale to lengthen. Exhale, round. Inhale to find length. Exhale, knee to elbow. Inhale, find length. We're going to pause here for 1, 2, 3. Bring that right arm out to the side. Pause. And then you bring that left leg out to the side. Maybe kicking your neighbor. Pause. Breathe in and out. We're going to bring the right arm forward. Keep that left leg out. Now lower that right hand. And then bring that left knee to meet the right. Knees to the floor. Curl the toes under. Find your dolphin pose. Lower down to the forearms. Hips lift. Maybe the heels come to the ground. Ardha Pincha Mayurasana. And see about dropping into the elbows. You might notice the opening in the armpits rather than having the weight kind of forward in the hands. Distribute that weight through the elbows and the hands. One more breath in. Now exhale, lower down the knees. Coming into your tabletop. Getting yourself on your back. You're going to send the right leg out to the side this time. So make sure you've got room on the right. Let's inhale to bring our left arm forward. And then we'll inhale to bring the right leg back. Exhale, round the spine, knee, elbow. Inhale to find length. Exhale, knee to elbow. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, knee to elbow. Now inhale to find length and pause. When you're ready, send that left arm out to the side, palm is open. And then we'll send the right leg out to the side like an airplane. We'll pause here for 3 and 2, 1. Bring that left hand to the earth with control. Try to keep that core steady. And then we'll bend that knee. Bring that right knee to meet the left of the table. Inhale. Let's exhale, step the feet between the hands, coming into a forward fold. Uttanasana. Let the breath go. Maybe bring the hands to clasp behind the back and reach those hands to the sky. Exhale. Let the head dangle, maybe make some circles with the head. Nod the head, shake the head. And then let's drop those hips just a little bit. Bring the hands to the base of the spine. We'll inhale to rise up into mountain pose, nice and slow, guys. All of those arms float to the side of the body or to the heart space. You got it. And let's pause here, closing the eyes, feeling the breath in the body, and finding that new center in the feet. We're not on all fours anymore. We have 2 points of contact with the feet, and among those feet, at least 3, with that big toe pad, pinky toe pad, and heel. So feel that triangle on the bottom of your foot. Exhale. Now let's inhale, sweep arms overhead. Exhale, fold it forward, Uttanasana. Inhale to a half lift for breath. Exhale, Uttanasana. Now inhale back to plank pose, Salutations, the first plank of the day. Let's pay attention here in the hands plant. And we're not rocking on the pinky edge of the hands, we're on the full hands. Heels reach back, the knees reach for the hips are lifted. Breathe in, quads are engaged, and then we'll exhale, lower down, Chaturanga Dandasana. Inhale, Urdhva Mukha Svanasana. Exhale back, Adho Mukha Svanasana. Good, guys. Inhale and exhale. Now inhale, look up at the hands. Let's walk the hands to the feet, nice and slow. Paying attention to the core and it's folding when we come forward. Lower the heels, Uttanasana, forward fold. As you're ready, inhale up to standing in mountain pose. Move your hands in front of the heart. Maybe bring awareness to the back of the heart between the shoulder blades that we've been opening throughout our morning. And then bring awareness to the front of the heart. It's beating into your thumb knuckles right now. Let's inhale, bring arms up overhead. And then we'll exhale to bring arms behind the back. Interlace the fingers as we come into our forward fold this time. Bringing hands to the sky, breathe in. Let's inhale to a half lift. Pulling those hands to the ceiling. Now slowly lower those hands to the low spine, to the back, to rest the hands. And now release the hand with control. Exhale, forward fold. Good, guys. Inhale, back to plank, Salutations. Pulling those knees towards the hips. The quads are active, the backs of the legs and calves are active as we press the heels back. Breathe in. Exhale, lower down, Chaturanga Dandasana. Inhale, Urdhva Mukha Svanasana. Exhale back, Adho Mukha Svanasana. Inhale. Exhale. Now let's lower down the knees, the tops of the feet, the chest and the chin, and then slither onto the belly and the thighs. Bring those fingertips out like spiders to the side of the mat. Yep, drop that right shoulder down for 3, 2, 1. Inhale, lift up. And as you're ready, exhale, the left shoulder comes down for 3, 2, 1. Inhale, lifting the heart again back to the middle. Bring the hands underneath the shoulders, press it up and back, down the facing dog. Now step those feet forward between the hands. Maybe lift up to a flat back, pause. And bend those knees, let's rise up to mountain pose. Surya Namaskara. Inhale, bring the arms up to sky. Exhale, sit down in our chair pose. Surya Namaskara B. Breathe in. Exhale, folding forward, Uttanasana. Now inhale, step it back to plank. Halakasana. Exhale, lower down, Chaturanga Dandasana. Inhale, Urdhva Mukha Svanasana. Exhale, back, Adho Mukha Svanasana. Breathe in. Exhale. That left foot plants, the right foot comes between the hands. Lower the left heel down. Let's rise up, Virabhadrasana 1. Think about dropping into that hip, you guys. And with those arms overhead, we're going to bring the pinky and the thumb together and press. And that's going to activate those serratus anterior, okay? Those muscles that rest on the rib cage. So press the thumb and the pinky together here, really active. Breathe in. And then exhale, fold it forward, frame the foot. Inhale, step it back, Balasana. Find your steady plank. And then exhale, lower down, Chaturanga Dandasana. Inhale, Urdhva Mukha Svanasana. Exhale, back, Adho Mukha Svanasana. Breathe in. That right foot stays back, the left foot floats forward, plant the foot. Bring the right heel down. And then as you're ready, let's inhale up. And then find those Anjali Mudra over the head, but press the thumb and pinky together. Breathe in. Activate that right back leg by pressing through the heel. That right quad is active. You're pulling that right knee towards the hip. Breathe in. And then exhale, frame the foot. Inhale, step the foot back. Like this. Now here, I want you to think about your top of your shoulders are shining forward the whole time. They're not rounding towards the ground. So when you lower down, the shoulders point, the top of the shoulders are pointing forward. And then we'll inhale with the heart. Breathe in. Exhale back, Adho Mukha Svanasana. High breath. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Now let's inhale to bring the feet between the hands. Exhale at the top of the mat. And then inhale to drop those hips, bring those arms overhead. Uttanasana. And inhale, rise. Tadasana. Surya Namaskara. Breathing in out. Arms overhead. Exhale, sitting down in our chair, tucking that pelvis. Hands can be in front of the heart, out like a T, wherever you want your arms. Feel nice and balanced. Now bring that awareness to the 3 parts of the foot. Bring the toes towards the sky. Maybe you feel the quads respond. And then lower those toes, relaxing the quads a little. Exhale into the balls of the feet. And then maybe from here, we slowly lower down. Pausing here at the bottom. And let's slowly rise up to our palm tree pose, Talasana, on the balls of the feet. The heels are hovering, arms come up overhead. And now let's exhale, bring the hands to the side. We're still on those balls of the feet. Exhale, mountain pose. Relaxing the feet and then grounding through those 3 points of contact. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale, scoop those arms up. Exhale, folding forward, Uttanasana. Exhale, drop those hips, bring those arms overhead, Uttanasana. Hands in front of the heart to start, guys. We're going to press the right foot into the ground, grounding that right foot. Lift the left foot off the ground. And let's step that left foot back, pivot the heel down, drop the hands, and then open up to the Virabhadrasana 2. Breathe. Exhale. Pausing here to feel that foundation in the feet. And maybe think about pressing the pinky edge side of the foot on the left foot, and that 3 triangle pod on the bottom of the right foot. So exhale, bring that left hand down, that left leg, and the right arm to sky. Inhale. And now let's exhale, bring the right hand in front of the right leg. Parasthopasana. Extended side angle, left arm to sky maybe. Now exhale, open up back to Virabhadrasana 2. Glance over that front right hand. Now let's exhale to straighten that right leg. Pivot the right foot towards the long edge. Bring hands to the hips. Soften those knees, tilt the hips forward and fold into your wide-legged forward fold. Prasarita Padottanasana. Exhale. Maybe feeling the weight shift into the balls of the feet. The heels are on the floor, but just shift the weight into the balls of the feet and see how that might change the sensation of the shape. Exhale. Breathe in. And now with those legs straight, just walk those hands over to the right foot and just press those hands into the floor and really reach that left hip towards the left. Maybe feel a stretch over that left low back. And then exhale, walk the hands through the middle over to that left foot. Press the hands into the floor in front of that left foot and reach that right sit bone, just kind of towards the right. It's a subtle little sensation maybe. And now let's exhale, bring your hands underneath the heart. Softly bend both knees. And now pivot that left foot towards the back of your mat. And then find your Virabhadrasana 2. You're going to be looking the other way. The right foot towards the long edge, the left knee bends. Exhale. 5 breaths here. Settling into the shape. Kind of a new perspective. Lift the left toes off the ground and just feel that foot ground. And then we'll place them back on the earth. Let's bring that right hand towards our right leg. Bring the left arm to sky. Viparita Virabhadrasana 2. Keeping that left knee bent. Nice job, guys. And now exhale, bring that left arm in front of the left leg. Parasthopasana. And now let's exhale, come back to Virabhadrasana 2. Pivot that left foot towards the long edge now. Let's bring the hands towards the hips. Maybe bend one knee and then the other, kind of wiggling out the hips. Yes. And now inhale to bring arms out to the side with Uttanasana. And now let's exhale, bend that right knee just slightly. The left hand towards that right shin. Bring the right arm to sky. And pause here in this variation of our wide-legged forward fold. Let's inhale to bring that left arm up back to Uttanasana. Oh, good job, guys. That right hand towards that left shin, left arm to sky. Again, imagine that weight is in the balls of the feet. It kind of sends those hips forward a little. Yeah, inhale. And now exhale, bring the hands under the heart. Drop the head, soften the knees if you want. Maybe the crown of the head parallel with the floor. And just shake that head. Yes, roll. Maybe it's that purple pop. Exhale. Now bring those hands behind the back. Interlace those hands and pull the fist towards the sky and really drop the head. Pulling the arms to the sky and letting that head be heavy. And bringing that energy in opposite directions. Now slightly bend the knees and then bring those hands to the base of the spine. So with control, bring the hands maybe to the thighs, above the knees. And then we'll inhale to slowly lift up to stand. Now let's exhale to pivot the feet towards the front of the mat and step forward, meeting in our mountain pose. Just bring our blocks to the mat now. They're already on both edges of the mat. Okay, stick those arms up, get those feet set. Let's exhale into Utkatasana, tuck in the pelvis. Noticing the beating of the heart in our chest. And let's bring our thumb knuckles to that chest. See if you can find that heartbeat. If it's faint, or if it's definitely making itself known. Now let's ground into that right foot. So then exhale, bring that left leg across the right, coming into our eagle legs, any variation. And if you want, you can bring that block to the ground. Something that's really nice. That's what Jim likes to do sometimes. And then maybe we'll bring our arms on in front of the body, find any variation of eagle arms. So left arm is on the bottom, the right arm is on top. So pausing here, Garudasana. Inhale, exhale. And now slowly, kind of straighten that right leg if it's bent, unwrap that left leg, and then send that leg back with control for a Virabhadrasana 2 or 3. Yep, any variation with the arms. You can unwrap those arms now if you want. And now think about reaching up out of that right hip. You have like an orange there, you're not squishing it. We're lifting up out of the hip. And now find that block with the right hand. Ground that foot. Maybe you lift the toes off the ground and really find that big toe pad and that pinky toe pad. And then with control, we have our chest and hips parallel to the ground. And then we're going to open up so the chest and the hips shine towards the wall. Ardha Chandrasana. Yeah, give yourself some time here, guys. We know where we're headed. We're going to come back to Virabhadrasana 3 when you're ready. So whenever you're ready, close to Virabhadrasana 3. And then when you're ready, open back up. Closing when you're ready. We'll be here maybe 6 to 7 more breaths. So give yourself whichever shape you want. Give yourself a little break. As you're ready, find that Virabhadrasana 3, and then bring that foot to meet the left foot to meet the right. Let's hang out in a forward fold. Let the arms hang. Maybe shift the weight in that left foot. That right standing leg is really, really strong and lots of effort. And now bend the knees. Let's rise up to stand. Round pose nice and slow. And then bring those thumb knuckles in front of the heart. And see where that heartbeat is. Might be easier to find this time. Inhale. Deep exhale. Inhale, arms come up. Exhale, Utkatasana. Ground that left foot. Inhale, bring that right foot up, cross the right leg over the left. Garuda legs. Arms to come in front of the body, right arm under, left arm on top, any variation of eagle arm. And bring elbows together, palms pressed, or right arm under, left arm on top. Find the balance here. We lift those toes off the ground. And then as you're ready, kind of hinging at the waist. Connie knows what a hinge is, so we're hinging here. Unwrap the right leg, find that Virabhadrasana 3. So that right leg back with control. If you're moving through peanut butter, lift up out of that hip socket, and then come into any variation with the arms if you haven't already. And find your balance here in this Virabhadrasana 3 before you start adding on that half moon. So get your balance. And then as you're ready, you can just bring that left shoulder over the block, the left hand to the block, and open up towards the right, or whichever direction that is for you. And then bring the heart parallel with the floor. You have to find that stability in the foot. Focus your gaze on something that's not moving. Steady gaze. About 5 more breaths here, guys. And however you want to spend those 5 breaths. And next time that heart is parallel with the ground, pause. And bring that right foot to meet the left. Oh, let it go. Release that effort in the left leg, that left glute, left outer hip. Just rise up. Stand in mountain pose. And elbows in front of the heart. Let the breath go. Maybe close the eyes. Maybe notice that effort in concentration and physical balance and strength. And see if you can soften your shoulder, soften the muscles between the rib cage by offering a deep breath in and out. Yeah. Maybe wiggle out the legs, softening those legs. Maybe rocking forward and back onto the heels and lifting the toes. And then let's exhale to land in our mountain pose. Let's drop those palms so the palms face forward. Exhale. Inhale, bring arms up overhead. The right hand finds the left wrist and pulls that wrist up first. Pull the wrist towards the sky first, and then over towards the right. And with that stretch over to the right, let's send ourselves over kind of to an angle past that right toe. And then in front of the body, like a forward fold, like a half forward fold. And then over to the left. And then back up to stand into the middle. And then release the arms. Inhale, arms come up. The left hand finds the right wrist this time. Reach, 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 pull it up straight first. And then we'll bring that over to the left. Opening up the sides of the heart now. Really hinging, bending the knees slightly, kind of hinging towards that left side, really reaching, and then over in front of the body, kind of our half forward fold, over to the right, and then come up that right side, and then to the middle. Nice job, guys. And then release those hands, because the fingers kind of tingle as you float those arms down. And pause here. Let's ground the right foot. Step that left foot back. Pivot both feet towards the long edge. Or that left foot can go back if you don't want to face the patio. Yep, just face the long edge of your mat, guys. Curl the shoulders up, back and down. Let's tuck that pelvis. Inhale, arms come out to the side, like Utthita. And now bend those knees. And then turn the toes towards the corners of the mat. And then drop the hips. And keep that knee towards the pinky edge of the foot. Maybe you can bring the palms to the inside of the knee. And kind of press the back of the hand into the knees. And now keep those muscles in the thighs engaged as you bring the arms out like your teeth. Inhale. Exhale, find our cactus arms. And then we'll exhale, bring that right elbow towards the right thigh. And extend that left arm, reaching past the head. Yeah. And then exhale back to cactus, shoulders over the hips. Exhale, left elbow towards the left thigh. And that right arm can straight up towards the sky or drape it over the ear. Side of the heart opening up for us physically here. Exhale back to the middle, cactus arms. Yep. Inhale, arms come straight as the legs straighten. Toes face the front of the mat. Exhale, hands to hips, bend the knees, wide-legged forward fold. Exhale. Head parallel with the floor. Maybe you bend the knees. You can bring the hands to the shins, the ankles, or the big toes. But wherever they are, pull the hands into the legs, press the hand, pull the hands into the legs push into the hands. Kind of reach that heart through as if you could bring the head to the opposite long edge of the mat. Now exhale, release the hands under the head, kind of under heart center. Lift the chest a little bit. Now let's bend that right knee, come into a little bit of a side lunge. You can lift the head and lift the heart slowly. Little side lunge. Exhale, walk the hands across the mat as you bend that left knee over to a side lunge on the left. Exhale. Walk the hands through the middle over to the right. An expression of skandasana. Exhale over to the left. Now let's bring those hands to the middle and then fold for that Prasarita Padasana. Let the breath go. Woo. Inhale. And now let's exhale. Lock your hands to whichever foot is at the front of your mat and pivot both your feet towards the front of the mat. And then plant the hands, step it back to plank. Salutations. Breathing in and out here in your plank. Inhale. And then exhale, Chaturanga Dandasana. Inhale, Urdhva Mukha Svanasana. Exhale, back Adho Mukha Svanasana. Now let's inhale to bring that right knee forward towards the right wrist. Dropping down into that pigeon. You can lower the left knee. Put the left foot to the ground. Maybe you bring a block or a blanket underneath the hip. Soften that right hip if you want. And then we learned a lot of different variations of our pigeon. I think some of you guys were playing hooky that day. So find your pigeon. Maybe you want to bring that left heel towards the glute. And find that with the left hand, opening the heart towards the right. That's an expression of pigeon. Or you can just stay with the heart towards the floor. Breathe out and breathe in. And exhale. Now let's bring the hands to the earth, lifting the heart and the chest. Curl the toes that left foot under, and let's find a downward facing dog. For one breath, maybe 2 or 3. Exhale. lower down under the knees, the top of the feet to the earth, coming down onto the front of the belly. And bring those fingers in a spider on the side of the mat again. And then we'll exhale to drop that left shoulder down. For 3, 2, 1. And then drop that right shoulder down. For 3, 2, and 1. Up to the middle. And then bring the hand underneath the shoulders. Press up and back to downward facing dog. And if you have that playlist, this is where I skip ahead to a different song. So you can move to Sailing Home if you want. That kind of sounds nice right now, right? Let's pause. Downward facing dog. And then we'll bring that left knee towards the left wrist. Lower the left knee down. With control, the right knee comes down, and you bring the blanket underneath the hip, that left hip. Yeah, if you can bring that heel towards the glute, catch the foot with the right hand. Few more breaths here. Exhale to press up. Curl the toes of that right foot under. We'll lift back to that downward facing dog just for a breath. And then from that downward facing dog, let's come into our upward facing dog, coming forward and dropping the hips and making the heart really reach to the backs of the feet. Letting those hips drop. Tempo's nice to sway side to side. And now let's lower those knees together, guys. I'm gonna bring the hips back, bring the knees nice and wide. Bring those big toes together. And then sit back into a child's pose. The arms are in front of the body. And then we'll inhale to lift up. And then drop the hips, kind of bend the elbows, bring those heels towards the glutes, lift the heart for King Cobra. Raja Bhujangasana. Drop the hips down. Exhale, bring those big toes to the floor. You bring the hips back. The arms are long, the chest hovers over the floor. Feet are wide like a child's pose. And inhaling up to King Cobra, lifting through, dropping the hips. Those heels, toes come towards the glutes. Lifting the chest, the head maybe reaches back, or you can stay straight. Exhale, lower those toes. The back and they're wide like a child's pose, and we'll pause. Not wide like a child's pose. Exhale. As you're ready, we'll inhale up to the belly so we can roll over onto the back body. I'm going to grab your socks now. We can. There's a few more good shapes before Shavasana. And like I said, if you haven't switched the song in your playlist, go ahead and move it. Maybe a song that will help you remember is where we're at right now. On the back, guys, legs are long. Now let's reach our arms overhead. That right hand finds the left wrist. Gently, just help those arms extend past the top of the mat. Maybe you bring the shoulder blades over to the right side. That right arm pulls the left arm over to the right. And then gently release back to the middle. The left hand finds that right wrist. Bend over to the left. You can shimmy the shoulder blades over. Now bring it back to the middle. Let's bring the feet to the floor. Knees to the sky. Lift the hips, lower the hips, low back to the ground. Let's exhale to press the feet into the floor. Lift the hips to the sky. Shimmy the shoulder blades underneath the chest. And with that left foot planted, let's send the right leg to the sky. The foot is parallel with the floor. Now keep the hips lifted, but we're going to just float the right foot through the sky as if you're sliding the heel down and get that right heel just to hover over the earth with control, lowering that right leg. The hips are still lifted, the left foot grounds. Hover the right foot over the floor for 3, 2, 1. And bend that right foot to the floor, lower the hips, hug the knees into the chest. And then lower those feet to the ground. Yeah, as you're ready, and exhale, drive those hips up, shimmy the shoulder blades underneath the sternum. Ground that right foot. With control, when that right foot is grounded, then send that left leg to the sky. Bottom of the foot parallel with the ceiling. Yeah. And then just slowly float that left foot down. But keep the hips lifted. Don't let the hips drop, you guys. If you want, you can kind of hold those hips up with the hands. Float that left foot to the floor. And when it's almost to the ground, let it hover. The right foot's really active. Right glutes active. 3, 2, 1. We'll lower that left foot to the ground and lower the low back, the back. Maybe you hug knees to the chest. Maybe you find a happy baby, a reclined butterfly. Give yourself some time here. Maybe some figure fours on the back before you find Shavasana. Nice job, guys. Leading in Shavasana whenever you're ready. And let out a sigh. Maybe breathing into that heart space. Having opened up the back of the heart space, the sides and the front of the heart space. As if we were repotting a plant whose roots were all crammed in too small of a pot. Giving our hearts space to expand and grow. That breath, that closest thing to us, is settling in our being right now. And our being settling into our breath. A yogi measures the span of life by the number of breaths, not by the number of years. Swami Shivananda. We can choose how we spend our breath. We give ourselves our breath, whether it's that Virabhadrasana 3 or a half moon or moving between the two. Perhaps that is a reminder that we could just explore how we're spending our breath, how we're giving ourselves our breath. Let's give ourselves a few more breaths here. Perhaps you want to stay on your back in Shavasana just a little longer. And also come to seated whenever you'd like. When you come to seated, just maybe for a moment or two, making big circles with the nose. If you were drawing a big circle and those circles got smaller and smaller, just making the circles smaller and smaller with the nose until you can't make it any smaller, and you stop. Allow that to be your center and drop into that center. Exhale. Bring our hands into the lap or in front of the heart. And we'll close together. We'll draw the breath in and out and then in to close. Drawing in and out. And draw the breath in. Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. Namaste. Namaste. Namaste, kidney. Namaste, Bruce. Namaste, Rob. Namaste, Khan.